morning, and you join us on a particularly windy morning on the Oxford Canal, so the sound today is going to be pretty shocking, but there's not a lot I can do about that. I've got a dead cat, you know, one of those muff things on the microphone, but I don't think that's really going to help much at all. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. The plan for today is to cruise back up to the Marina, do a U-turn, and then head up to the Napton Flight and get to the top of the Napton Flight of locks. That was basically part of the plan yesterday, which was to get to the bottom of the Napton Flight, but we didn't manage it because there was snow in the moor up to turn around and come back. Anyway, that's the plan. Morning.
So, as I said, that was the plan. Fairly easy and straightforward. Leave the moorings, turn around at the Marina, and then head up through the Napton Flight of locks onto the summit of the Oxford Canal. What could be easier? What could possibly go wrong?
And we're off. Not a bad little mooring spot, that. Very pleasant. Very windy out here today. You can feel it blowing the boat around. Let's see how it goes. First job, turning back at the Wigrams turn Marina to go back down the canal towards the Napton Flight. Okay, here we go for the turn. I'm going to put blast of the horn, just in case there's anybody coming out from the Grand Union Canal here on my left, or the Marina here on my right. So the wind's going to be blowing through that gap, so that's going to make it a little bit challenging. Oh, and of course there's a boat coming down. Quick burst of power to bring it around. Missed that turn, wind got me. Yeah, I feared the wind is coming out of that Marina there, and it's really blowing me around. You're going in. Okay, they seem to have stopped up there. I'm not entirely sure what their international hand signal there means. Let's have another go at this. Got the bow into the wind. It's blowing me up the canal now. It's always handy. Right, I'm going to abort this attempt to turn here and let these people come down and have another go at it. I just can't get the bow around in this wind. The usual problem, wind and narrowboat, it's not a great combination. That wind through there is shocking. It's like a wind tunnel. Okay, that was a complete hash. I'm going to go up here to see if I can find a more sheltered winding hole. The wind's just whipping straight off over the top of Napton Hill and through that marina. Morning. Okay, so what I've learnt today within about 10 minutes of setting off is don't try to turn the boat in a winding hole at a marina where the wind is blowing directly out of the marina. Basically, you're not going to manage it, particularly in the strong winds we seem to be experiencing today. Another day, another thing learnt. First cup of tea at the helm of the day. It's great that my camera side super secret lock helper keeps me supplied in tea. Fantastic. Okay, not too sure what I got going on up ahead here. Looks kind of interesting. This is kind of odd. There's a sort of boat halfway across the canal here. I think there's somebody on the back of it. I'm not entirely sure what they're trying to do. Just signaling to the boat behind me to stop. I could sneak around the bow of that boat in front. I don't know what they're trying to do. Somebody who passed me earlier mentioned this morning that they'd rescued a lamb out of the canal. Maybe the lamb has got back into the canal. I don't know. Let's just see if I can sneak past their bow without causing them too many problems. I think I could just sneak past their bow. Yep, just got past their bow. There's a boat behind. Oh, we've got all kinds of a log jam going on here. This is getting rather messy. Lamb rescue. Yeah, I heard it was in there this morning. Somebody else down there said the lamb was in the two of them. All right, okay. Doing a great job. Okay, we've got a second boat across now. I'm not entirely sure where they're going to go. Okay, this is kind of challenging here. Well, you know, why not test your driving skills on a narrowboat? Oh, I think they've rescued the lamb behind, and all I need to do now is carefully thread through these boats here. Okay, I'm just coming up to the winding hole before bridge 107. The wind is still blowing quite a bit. I was kind of hoping that this was going to be sort of covered in some way, you know, with trees along a bank, but no, open field with the wind whizzing across it. So this is going to make it challenging again, but we will give it a go. Let's see what happens this time. That time I turned too early. That's unlike me. Actually, the wind might help me. The wind's coming across this way. If it just keeps catching the stern. Come on, blow me around, yes. Now the wind should start working for me. It's coming in across my sort of left-hand bow. All I need to do is weave between a boat coming up the other way and we should all be set. And we are around and heading back the way we should have been going all along. Fantastic. All we got to do now is deal with the sheep down here, if it's still, well, the lamb, if it's still in the canal. Okay, we're coming up on that bit where the lamb was in earlier. Traffic jam seems to have cleared and no sign of the lamb in the water, which is good. That was a job well done by the people who stopped and got the lamb out. And we're back where we started. What's that, the third time that we've been back where we started? Well, if you include leaving there. So hopefully this time we're going to find somewhere to moor down near either the start of the Napton Flight or at the top of the Napton Flight a lot. So we'll see how that goes. But I've seen a lot of boats go down this way, so not very hopeful. We've got a boat reversing out here. Don't know what they're doing. I assume they're going up the Grand Union arm there. Oh no, we've got another one coming out, just what we need. Okay, so we've got one coming out. We've got the Marina on the left there, and hopefully nothing else is coming out. The guy on the who is turning up the Grand Union seems to have got himself a bit stuck, grounded there on the corner. Quite a crossroads here, we've got four of us. I'm going straight on. Yes. Okay. And that puts us back on the Oxford Canal. Morning. Okay, the boat in front's just signalled me to come forward, quite tight through here. That'll be an interesting challenge. Thank you. See me off. Oh, got through that. Just. And here we are back at the winding hole where I turned around last night to go back almost to the marina to find somewhere to moor. So, having passed the winding hole just back there, that means we're now committed to either starting the Napton Flight or finding somewhere to moor up, because there's nowhere else to turn around. So far, haven't really found anywhere that I could get the boat into moor. The sign ahead says sharp bend, navigate with care. They're not kidding, this is a sharp one. Oh, and as usual, just got a boat where we don't need it. That was a tough one. Looks like we're going through the lock. Oh, yep. Okay, looks like we're going to have to go through the lock. Oh, yep. Okay, first lock of the trip back underneath bridge 113, Folly Bridge, which takes you down to the Folly Inn on your right here. And this is the first of the Napton Flight. Usually some volunteer lock keepers on here, but can't see any today. Wind's really getting up. And into the first lock of the day. Apparently there's big queues ahead, so we will have to make a decision about what we're going to do, move forward, or what the story's going to be. Okay, just heard there's two waiting for the next lock. So yeah, this is going to be slow progress. Okay, that's the first lock of the day done. And there's two boats ahead of us, and I can't make up my mind if they're actually waiting for the next lock or if they're just moored up. Hard to tell. Guess I'll go and ask. Okay, so it turns out that the two boats moored here are not in fact waiting for the lock. They are moored up. So Well, actually, there's 3 boats here, so that means I'm next in the lock, and there's one just coming down, so that's good news. Okay, second look of the day. Okay, coming up to bridge 114. The boat in the pound here has broken down, unfortunately, and they've kindly opened up the lock gates for us. So there's a boat waiting to come down, and they didn't sort of jump ahead as the lock was empty, because the summit of the Oxford Canal has got a real water shortage this summer. They're going to restrict navigation through it from July. Check on the website, the CRT website, to see what the full story is. Okay, this is the lock with the pillbox.
So maybe it was a good.
Cheers, thanks a lot. What's the problem? Oh, I thought the boat was broken down.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's yours.
What? Sorry, what's the problem?
They put the rudder out of the cup.
Oh, right. Oh.
Gate, they've gone back onto the gate without.
Oh God, right, okay, yeah. Okay. That's not good. He says worrying he's about to do the same.
We invested in, just last month we invested in a new longer button for the back.
Yeah.
Because we were tied up and someone whacked the back
Oh
of us
God,
and got the
really?
rudder. I thought, right, that's it.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, that boat that was broken down in the pound there, it turned out what had happened is they'd gone backwards into a lock gate somehow, and well, I can see how that had happened. They'd be pushed around in the lock. They'd gone backwards into a lock gate, and it had popped the rudder out of the bottom cup that's under the water. So yeah, there's not a lot they can do about it. They've got a mechanic coming out. He's going to have to get into the canal and try and reseat the rudder. I don't know how you would do that. That's going to be a tough one. Don't fancy that as a job. On the right here, so I think we're going to moor up for lunch and possibly the night. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Well, after a quick lunch on the towpath and a look at a weather app, we've decided to moor here for the night because the wind is only going to get worse as the afternoon goes on. So this is where we're stopping for the night.
Now, if you've watched this far, thank you very much for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you've enjoyed this video and found it entertaining, all the stuff about sheep and me trying to turn in windy winding holes and all the other things that have been going on, then please consider giving the video a big thumbs up, a big like. Now, on the screen you will see a QR code. The QR code will take you through to the Grey Wagtail newsletter, and it's a free newsletter. There's also a link in the description. Again, thanks for watching. Bye for now.